Hello everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. I could honestly cry. I filmed a whole video. Was it recording? No, it wasn't. It was not. I don't know what happened. But yeah, so we're going to sort of do this again, but I've already kind of done a setup and things like that. Basically, Disney Dreamlight Valley have tweeted today. Let's go over to Twitter and take a look at the tweets that they've posted because there's quite a bit of information. I do want to say, if you're watching this video, if you're new to the channel and you like Disney Dreamlight Valley content, it is totally worth it to subscribe to stay notified on my videos. I do post videos on Disney Dreamlight Valley news as well as speed builds, and I do weekly Dream Snap challenge videos where I go through the community submissions. So feel free to subscribe to the channel. It'll be worth it, I promise. Anyway, let's jump over to Twitter and take a look at what they've said. Okay, so the first thing that they've posted is a tweet which says, floating islands give you a chance to literally elevate your decoration game. Join us for an in-depth look at how this new feature works right here, and then it leads to a blog post. What is very nice to see and pretty cool is this image. We can see a lot of the items here. We've got buildings and things like that that are all on an angle. Well, they're not all on an angle, but the majority of them are. So it's really cool to see that angled feature in decor and designs and key art from the developers. Basically, I did have a look at this image. I don't see anything that's new. Obviously, if you see something that I haven't spotted, let me know, but I haven't spotted anything yet with this. But let's go take a look at the article. Okay, so it says, the sky's the limit with floating islands. Hey Valley villagers, while we assure you're busy discovering every nook and cranny of the Storybook Vale, additional exciting areas are soon to arrive for all Disney Dreamlight Valley players as part of our December 4th So Delightful update, Floating Islands. Then we have this piece of artwork or graphic. Basically, it looks like this is part of our tutorial for opening up the floating islands. Next it says, featured in our 2024 showcase stream, you may have first noticed these islands floating in the skies above the valley. Inaccessible until now. Once you've completed the main story quest, What's Left Behind, check in with the Valley's resident prognosticator Merlin, who has been researching the magical calculations required to connect the wishing wells found in each biome to those residing on the floating islands, starting off the quest Islands in the Sky. Now, I did take a look. The What's Left Behind quest is a storyline quest. It revolves around the Forgotten Lands and Fairy Godmother and putting the orb into the pillar. So it is very late game stage content. So if you are wanting to use these floating islands, you will have to have progressed quite a bit with the main storyline. If you've got the orb in your Forgotten Lands, you'll know that you've done the quest. If you haven't fixed the pillar and put the orb in the Forgotten Lands, you won't have done that, and you'll need to do that before you can access these floating islands. So just a heads up in case anyone's been taking their time with the story, which is totally valid. I myself have been doing that on my alt account. Luckily, I haven't decorated that valley yet, so I'm not in a rush to unlock the islands over there, but just in case you were interested in using these for decorating, you do need to have progressed quite a bit with the base game storyline. It says, using a wishing well or the map fast travel menu, you can access the first of these islands, themed after the plaza. It seems like in addition to discovering a new space to practice your decorating skills, Merlin too has found an opportunity to move the Dreamlight Library to somewhere away from the hustle and bustle of the valley. We then get another graphic which again kind of looks like the tutorial to the floating islands. Then it says, after you've helped him out, the Plaza Floating Island becomes available to make your own, along with the 3 other islands based off of some of the valley's other biomes. Additional floating islands may be added in future updates, so stay tuned. Using the map fast travel menu will allow you to unlock these additional islands, each costing 15,000 Dreamlight, With the exception of a wishing well, each features roughly 65 by 65 squares of decorating space, providing you with a blank canvas to express yourself. Each floating island also hosts its own decorating island limit, freeing up space in the valley for additional decorations. Will you house all your villains on an island to keep an eye on them? Or perhaps move your avatars home, creating your personal paradise? The decision is yours, but you won't be alone. Your villagers can be found visiting the floating islands, and players participating in a valley visit with you can also take in the sights of your island's creations. The Floating Islands feature will arrive for all players as part of the So Delightful update, launching on December 4th. We can't wait to see what you create with each new island canvas. See you in the valley and on a floating island. So if I come back to the game here, I have sectioned off a bit of space in the Sunlit Plateau, which is 65 by 65 effectively. It's not quite perfect because I have had to sort of adjust the barriers a bit to get it kind of across. But effectively, if you were curious about the space, it's about this big. This is 65 squares across and this is 65 down. So if you're curious of how much space you'll get approximately this much space. So about half the size of a biome, I would guess, which is interesting because they said it was going to be similar effectively to their in-game counterparts, so I thought they were going to be quite a bit bigger, I'm not going to lie. And let's put in this well here so you can sort of see that's how much space the well takes up, so you would effectively have this space free. I was playing around with these buildings here to see how much space they took up, just thinking because my plan is to use these islands for dream snaps. And with that, I do like to hide a lot of tags in my dream snaps. So I am kind of hoping there is enough space here. I think there will be. I think if you're planning to do big and large builds, like I mentioned in my first run before I found out that I wasn't recording, ever the professional Tanny, I was talking about if you wanted to do like a Bridgerton inspired build, that there isn't a lot of space. It would probably feel quite cramped if you wanted to do something like that. Like you can fit 3 of these in, for instance, which isn't bad. It's not a bad amount of space, but for instance, if I wanted to, you know, replicate this to make it be a bit more of a street, it would feel a bit tighter in space. I'm just trying to see if there's a better way of doing this. Let me do it like that, because there's a bit more room then. Okay. So yeah, if I was effectively trying to make a Bridgerton inspired street, there wouldn't be an awful lot of room, but I still think it would be cool. I think there's a lot of potential with these sort of floating islands. You know, they are going to be, I think they'll be adequate enough for the dream snaps that I want to do. I think there will just be enough space for all the tags and things like that, so I think there's definitely potential with them. But if you were curious about the size spacing that it uses up, it's only about this much of space, so just as a heads up, that's what you're looking at. That wasn't all they tweeted though. They also tweeted about the new star path. So they did a post saying a new star path with the hand holding emojis and a winter approaching message. So it's about sort of the star path and winter approaching and stuff like that. It says, just ahead of next week's free update, can you guess what these new star path rewards might be? Our first emoji is a snowflake, and then we have a fairy. My guess with this is that we're getting some form of fairy wings. I'm very excited to see what we get. We do have a couple of kind of like snow or fairy inspired wings already in the game, so I'm very excited to see what they could be. My first thought immediately went to Periwinkle from the Secret of the Wings film. She has the same wings as Tinkerbell, But when her and Tinkerbell are together, their wings kind of sparkle, which I thought could be a fun reference if they did the sparkly wings. Or later on in that film, when the fairies are all in the winter world, their wings are covered in snow. And I thought that could be another cute thing that they could do. Just these snow-covered wings, perhaps a little trail of snow or snowflakes as you fly about the valley. I think that would be a lot of fun. The next set of emojis is a snowy cloud, a cloud with snow, and also the rabbit face. I'm guessing this is our teaser to the next critter companion that we get. I'm going to guess we get some kind of snowy inspired rabbit. Whether that's a bit like the snowman raccoon and we get effectively like a snowman bunny, or perhaps it might be designed a bit like the gingerbread bunny but more snow themed. I'm not sure, but I think that's going to be really, really cute. I'm very excited to see that. The next clue is a ice cube and a chair. Now, my thoughts are we are getting some icicle inspired furniture, a bit different from the kind of icicle furniture we already have in game with the Frozen collection. I'm thinking it's going to look a bit more natural in terms of looking like ice, like they're going to have a real ice-like structure to them. A bit more leaning in towards looking like icicles over how the current icicle furniture just looks like blue furniture, if that makes any sense. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We have had a teaser already for this star path, this ethereal winter star path, and it looks fantastic. The little snowflake wands you can get, the gazebo, it all looks absolutely stunning. So I'm pretty sure whatever star path items we get are going to be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. That is the teasers from Disney Dreamlight Valley today. I'm so excited that they've started doing teasers for the update. I have been so obsessed with Storybook Vale that I completely forgot that we were getting to kind of like the week before an update, and therefore coming up to the time when we get teasers. So I'm very excited to cover any news that might come down about the teasers. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Let me know what you think of this news. Do you have any other predictions for the emojis? Again, you'll have to let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on the So Delightful update? Are you excited for it? Are you not? Let's see how the community feels about it. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys! Oh my I jumped over and her face was right against the camera.